I was going for Vengeance here. 2% chance to deal 100% damage for 1 second. Yeah, basically at 220 you go to plus 16 and then you have you unlock your third Reforge bonus, right? So these bonuses, you should already have like, you know, 2 of them beforehand. You get a third one, and then once you have 3 unlocked, you can, if you get 3 of the same family, you get these extra bonuses here. So this one, I have 3 Vengeance from the Vengeance set here. These stats are from Vengeance. You can see the stats here. So if you go to like here, Vengeance has these stats in that family. So it doesn't necessarily say it stacks, but we're going to see if we got more than 2% chance here. So if it does stack the percentage, then that would mean I have 2 times 6, I would have 12% chance to proc it. Now, do I need to actually hit something, or can I just, let me try. See if there's like a Vengeance buff or something that happens. Or do I have to hit something? I don't see any buff going off. Looks like I probably have to hit something. What was that? It's at the end there. There's this thing here, and it says 6. You see that? It says 6. Why does it say 6? Wait a minute, what? Does it say 6 because I have 6? I have stacked it 6 times? You know, it's a little longer than a second, you think, right? So with Vithuse, I have 30% increased beneficiary effect duration. Does this look like once? Well, I guess we should just freaking let's put it into Vegas and do this frame by frame then. What am I talking about? We have the technology to measure this. Okay, right here, right? So I'll measure when the buff shows up, which is right here. Okay. And then it ends right, it's gone right here. How long is that? That's 1.2. It's 1.2 seconds. Which is kind of weird. I mean, with Vithuse, I have 30% extra beneficiary effect duration. Yeah, 30% here. I also have some on like gear, I think. 4.5 here, so that's 34.5. Is that it? Oh, here. Oh, I actually have like 40. I have like 40.5 beneficiary effect duration. So it should be like 1.4 seconds, but it's 1.2. It's kind of curious. I mean, maybe we can't go off of the buff icon because it might not be displaying like exactly here. But here's the thing, here's the other problem here, is it activated on like the last magic missile I threw, and I don't think my last magic missile here got the double damage. The actual missile that procs the vengeance bonus did not benefit from the double damage. Probably because this buff here didn't show up until after the hit, right? So here's the thing, is I threw the magic missile here, and no, it came really late. It came really late. No, this came super late. So my last magic missile hits, my last magic missile here hits right here, right? Then the buff shows up here on my bar, right? Like as a black square, like black icon here. So it, from the hit, the moment of impact until the buff shows up is 0.83 seconds. So if we measure from the actual hit of the missile, the hit of the missile here, we measure from here until the buff disappears. That is 1.4 exactly. There we go. That's okay. So we got the 1.4. I got the 1.4, which I should have from 40 beneficiary effect duration. So 1 second times 40% more is 1.4. I got the 1.4 measuring from the moment of impact from my last magic missile until the buff disappears. Because it doesn't show up, the buff doesn't show up on the bar immediately. It just must have something to do with like the latency of the game or something. The buff icon doesn't show up immediately. So it looks like beneficiary effect duration is increasing the duration of that 1 second buff from Vengeance of getting 100% damage. Unfortunately, it looks like it's not applying to the actual hit that causes it. So if I have like 1.4 duration after I throw a magic missile, maybe I can squeeze in 2 more magic missiles after that for double damage there. And instead of getting 3 hits, if it counted the initial hit, I would maybe get 3 hits, but now I might get 2. So, I mean, it's still pretty decent, I would say. Yeah, that's the question, right? That's the question is how many attacks can I do in 1.4 seconds? I think in order to do this, we need like a solid training dummy. I'm in desperate need of like a training dummy right now. Maybe we should measure this against bosses. Use Blood Rose. Blood Rose is not a bad idea. Let me take off the fiery bars. I don't want these extra dot hits, essentially. There it is. I did it right away. I did it right away there. I got it almost instantly. So maybe it is stacking to 12% here. Let's actually count how many hits it took. There's 1. Should I count when it hits, right? Because I think it activates on hit. Because we tried spamming this without hitting anything and it didn't activate. So that tells me, this tells me that it only activates on a hit of your primary. So a hit for 6.5 there. That's 1. What is going on here? Why is there... Why is there more than... Is it the Lightning Nova? That's a Lightning Nova hit. This is the Magic Missile hit. And then on the second Magic Missile hit, it activates already. It has a stack of 5 this time for some reason. It's so weird. It said a stack of 6 the first time, and now it says 5. Wait, this one hit here is actually hitting for 18k non-crit. Why is this? Oh, you're right. I unequipped a piece of gear. You're completely right. I forgot. So I have 5 Vengeance bonuses right now. I actually have 10% chance right now, yeah. What is going on here? No, you know what it is? This 6.6k is the Magic Missile hit. And then the Lightning Nova hits. It turns around. Right here, the Lightning Nova turns around and hits for double damage. That's the 18k you're seeing there. So, Vengeance procced on the second hit, and right after, the second hit did not get the double damage, but the Lightning Nova did. Okay. And then I threw a third Magic Missile. Hits for 21. 21 non-crit. So 1 hit for 21k. Here's the second hit. A crit for 38.7. Third hit, still active. It's still active. So third hit 15k. So that 21k was a high roll for sure. And then the 15k was a low roll. Okay. So it does have quite a range here, 15k to 21k. So we got 3 hits of double damage already. Here's the fourth. Fourth also double damage, 22k. We've gotten 4 hits of double damage off of 1 Vengeance proc. on the med. We're just talking about the primary attack spam. Like if you have other damage instances going off, like dots or any other passive damage that is activated beforehand, continual damage or whatnot going off, that's also should be getting the double damage hits too, like we saw with the Lightning Nova. So we actually had the Lightning Nova hit for double damage, and then we had 4 magic missiles hit for double damage. And then the 5th hit here, crit for 17k, and the buff is gone. So this crit for 17k is not double damage. But that is pretty crazy. So 4 hits with my attack speed of double damage. Not so the first initial hit that procs the vengeance is not counted. That didn't count, but it was 4 hits after the hit that procced vengeance that did double damage. Now, this is with, so I got 4 hits in. This is with Vit's use 30% attack speed and also a base attack speed of 11.5 from gear. From bonus attributes and family bonuses, which is I took a piece of gear off, right? So it's actually less. And then so 11.5 here, and then also the Carson's invigoration, 16% here. So you know I'm stacking some attack speed. Remember though that these bonuses are reduced in PvP, so I don't attack as fast in PvP with my magic spam build, but I think I still probably might be able to get 3 hits in. Maybe 2 or 3. Maybe 2 or 3 hits in, right? So even at 2 hits of double damage, I say that's pretty damn good. So what we found so far is the initial, you have to hit an enemy in order for it to proc. The primary attack that does proc the vengeance does not get the double damage, but everything after that does. The 1 second duration buff does show up on your buff bar and is affected by beneficiary effect duration. Now we need to figure out the cooldown. So I want to know the cooldown, internal cooldown, and I want to know if stacking this multiple times does increase the percent chance. Which it sounds like it does, because actually it does sound like it stacks because we're getting an icon that actually says the number of equipment, a number of bonuses that we have stacked. When I had 6 pieces of vengeance on it, it had a 6 on it, on the buff icon. And when I have 5 here, it said 5. So it's definitely showing that for a reason, I would assume. It's showing that for a reason. So let's see if we can actually test and see if we're getting 10% here. Let's put this back on. Let's just spam. Let's just spam and see when it procs, and then let's keep spamming and see when it procs again. Let's just see. Let's just get 2 procs back to back here. 1, 2, 3. 4. It's on 4, right? Yeah, it's on 4. That one hit for double. So it took me 4 hits there. I mean, so 4 hits is really good. I mean, 4 sounds like it is stacking the percentage there. And it is showing me the 6 stacks here. So 4, I mean, 4 definitely, like if it was only a 2% chance, it would take way longer on average. Okay, so let's measure the first proc on this hit here. It's that 7k hit, right? Yeah, that procs it. This 7k hit here, and then let's find the ending proc here, the second one. So we had our second proc right when he was sucking on me here, Blood Rose. So I was kind of in the middle of him casting. Is it this 10k hit? No. Yeah, it was that. Oh, here's the proc here. Yeah. So it was before that. I think it was this 10k hit here. Yeah. So 10k here, that's where it procs again. Okay. And then you can see after that, I hit for... Okay, so from that first proc to that second proc, that was 81 seconds. 81 seconds. 81.417. Okay, so let's find out if we can get this to proc any sooner. Like maybe it's 80. Maybe the internal cooldown is 80. Let's do it one more time here. Trial number 2. Alright, let's see how many hits. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It procced on 5. If I go back, yeah. It procced on 5. This 7.2 procced. It just takes a while for it to actually show up, as you can see on the buff here. So it procced on 5. So let's measure from this hit here. And let's find the second proc was during his suck right here. And there it is right there. So it activates. It activated right here. So the hit right before that. Is it this 10k hit? No, it's that 10k hit. It takes like a moment for it to show up. So it's actually a 10k hit here, 10.8. So 10.8. Okay. So how long was that? From that first proc to that second proc, it was 83.1. So that was actually longer than my, so the first try I actually had was shorter. It was 81 seconds. Let's do it one more time here. Let's do a third try here. Okay, my recording is weird here, but okay, that's fine. This is the first one. That's the first hit. Second hit. Third hit. Fourth hit. Fifth hit. Sixth hit. And there's the proc. Wait, did this proc on the 5th or the 6th hit? Because the buff shows up right the moment that 6th hit hits, the buff icon starts to show up. So I don't know if this was a case where like the buff showed up instantly as soon as it hit the 6th time, because it hasn't been the case before. It always has a delay to when it actually shows up. So it could be the 5th hit, and then it just might be delayed from the 5th hit. But it's either 5 or 6. Hard to tell. So first one was 4 hits. Second one was 5 hits, and 6th hit was 5 or 6. But it's still kind of aligning with that 12% chance and not that 2% chance. So right from here, let's find our second proc. This is during the suck. There it is right there. It's active right there. Let's go back. Back. So it was off of this 7.2. Yeah, okay. So it was off this 7.4. So off of this right here. How long is that? That was 84 seconds again. So can't seem to get it under my first try here. My first try was 81. Okay, but I think 81, so the first try was 81, the second try was 83, the second try was 84, so I just kind of got worse at it through each consecutive try. I would say it's pretty safe to say this is an 80 second internal cooldown, because it means in my first attempt it took me 1 second to activate the buff off of cooldown, and then the second try took me 3 seconds to activate it, and the third try took me 4 seconds to activate it. So that sounds about right to me, right? It's going to take like 1 to 3 or 4 seconds at most to activate it. So I'm going to say it's an 80 second internal cooldown from those 3 samples right there. I'm also saying because it's always like it's always no more than like 5 or 6 hits to activate it, that it is a 12% chance. If I'm stacking 6 vengeance bonuses, it's 2 times 6, it's 12% chance. So some pretty sound results from that testing, I think. Some pretty good results. I think we can assume we can say a lot of things from that. So my conclusion here with the vengeance bonus, I guess, for me, for magic missile spam, this thing is very good for me. Like, this is like very much worth stacking for me. I looked at like some of the other Reforge bonuses, and a lot of them seem very underwhelming to me. They all seem pretty underwhelming to me. But for my specific case, as a primary attack spammer, this vengeance sounds really good. I can see this also being good for DHs, because DHs are spamming their primary all the time, and they can fire off like multi-shots while they're spamming primary. So if you're like a god level, like insane reaction, and you can pay attention to the buff, theoretically, you could wait until you see the vengeance buff pop up and then throw 3 multi-shots out. Right? You could save your 3 multi-shot charges and toss them out during vengeance. That would be like crazy insane reaction. You have, like, with Vithu, if you're using Vithu, you have the 1.4. I don't know if DHs are using Vithu. They're probably not using Vithu, right? I think they are, actually. DHs are using Vithu. So 1.4 seconds, but you have 1.4 seconds reaction time to it to throw out your 3 multi-shots. 1.3. I have 1.4 because I have additional 10 on gear, so you can get more. But 1.3 with just Vithu 30% alone. 1.3, you can react to it. It could be also good if you have like other like damage going off, like continual damage, dots, passive damage AoE that sticks around. If you have any of that stuff and you can activate it while that's going off, you can benefit that stuff can get the double damage. I don't know if this is reduced. This vengeance family bonus attribute is reduced by the 2/3 in PvP. I believe they say the Reforge bonuses for these are reduced by 2/3. I think these are definitely reduced by 2/3, right? Like these actual bonus attributes. With the bonus family thing, I don't know. I would assume it is. So would that mean that it does only 33% more damage? I don't know. We have to see, I guess. Maybe if I can like really test it out in PvP for a bit and watch some replay footage, I can try to get an idea if it is or not. That would be the next thing I need to find out. But that's gonna take some PvP runs to get footage of. Which PvP is open right now, so I could jump in. Wasn't proccing there. Oh, it procced. It procced right there, huh? So it procced. Was it off of this 23k? 23k hit here. Yeah, wait. No, that was... Oh shit, hold on, did I... Was it off of this magic missile? 5.3 here? Hold on. I got a 5.3 here. And then the buff shows up here. You can see the buff on the first icon here. This is the vengeance buff. Okay. And then the next magic missile here hits. This next magic missile here hits for 23k. Non-crit. Non-crit. That's pretty juicy. Did I get another hit after that? Here's another hit right here. 38k. Non-crit, right? Non-crit. 23k and 38k magic missiles. back to back after during the vengeance buff here. These are both during the vengeance buff. So I was only able to get 2 hits in there probably because of the distance. There's quite a bit of travel distance there. Let's see if I got anything here. Yeah, proc here. Yep. So that's the 7.1 magic missile. Okay, 7.1 here activates vengeance. 7.1 there. Yeah, 7.1 there. And then it's active and it hits here for 20k. Wow. Okay. So that's 20k magic missile. For another magic missile, where's that 6.1 from? Oh, that's from Chipperstone Flesh. Okay, Chipperstone Flesh procs gets the 6.1 hit there. Another magic missile hits here, 14k. I think it's double damage, yeah, because that would be a 7k normal damage, which seems appropriate. So like 10k times 2 would be the 20k, and then 7k here times 2 would be 14k. So that's 2 hits. Did I get a third hit in? Here's a third hit. Yep, I do get a third hit. Oh no, he grapples. He would have got hit by a third hit there, if not for that grapple. But I think that is, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's double damage still, with Vengeance in PvP. It proc there. It procced off of the 5.9. 5.9 here. And then no, it procced off of this one, which only says 170 damage for some reason. It's probably because of it procced his cheat death essentially, right? So now it's active, and then the following missile here does 17k non-crit. Yeah, I think that's double damage. That's double damage because normally here I'm doing like, you know, I'm doing 6k here. That's pretty normal to do 6k damage for me against a barbarian like this. And then you can see the proc and then 17k. That feels like even more than double damage. That's almost like, so that would be like a almost 9k non-crit normally. And then it hits for 17k for some reason. 17k with the Vengeance buff. Yeah, 498 armor. Yeah, okay. But it shouldn't matter because it's not a crit. And then this hit is also with the Vengeance bonus still up. And this makes sense. This makes sense too. 6 times 2, right? So normally 6k. Now it's 6 times 2. It's 12k. Okay, do I get a third hit in here? And then a third hit in here. This hit right here. This hit right here is also a third hit with the Vengeance bonus still up. It's a crit, but blocked crit. Doesn't a block reduce it by 50%? I think it's baseline 50%. I think you can make it actually reduce more than 50%. But this is still a crit that was blocked. If it was reduced 50%, it normally would have been it would have been like 26k crit, right? So that's pretty good too. That's pretty good for that third hit. Did I get a fourth hit off here? Yeah, I got a fourth hit. 4 hits with Vengeance in PvP. So we thought that maybe I might be able to get like 3 hits off. But I actually was able to get 4 hits off because I'm right next to my target. I'm right on top of my target. There's no like travel time. There's very little travel time, right? So without much travel time, I can get 4 hits off in PvP still. And this was an 8.8k non-crit that was blocked. So if it was 50% blocked, then it would have been a 16. This would have been a 17k non-crit. So I think this does confirm now. I think I'm pretty sure now. This confirm. This is looking like it's double damage in PvP, and it doesn't take the 2/3 reduction penalty that a lot of other things in PvP do. I think the actual Reforge bonuses have that 2/3 reduction, but the family bonuses don't. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. This is very good in PvP. I'm a PvP enthusiast, and I really do. And I think that Vengeance is the way to go for me. Stacking 6 Vengeance bonuses for my magic missile spam build is going to be my go-to here. It's going to be what I'm doing. Very juicy. Very juicy. Vengeance is very good. I just feel like a lot of the other buffs, a lot of the other family bonuses here are just very underwhelming for me. For a PvP enthusiast, the other ones just don't really feel that great to me. Like Hydra is stupid because it's after you kill an enemy, which, you know, by the time you kill an enemy, I don't know if it's going to be useful anymore. And it's, you know, I don't know if I hear that it doesn't really do very noticeable damage anyways. Tremor set sounds like it might be actually pretty good alternative here because it does have a stun. It inflicts immediate damage and then stuns. So Tremor would be also, this bonus sounds pretty good for PvP to me too. It's another primary attack spam thing. The problem here is that the actual attributes within the family here are much more underwhelming to me. I don't really care for these family bonuses, these attribute bonuses as much. The Vengeance set has attack speed, which is my favorite attribute of all of them. And then you can still get like damage to players or damage to enemies suffering loss of control, damage to shielded enemies. So I usually just go for, I make sure I get the attack speed one and then 2 of the other extra damage ones here, besides Demon, right? So that just makes Vengeance all that much better just because the actual attributes within the family are very good for me. Immobilize, yeah, I don't know how long this is the duration for, but Immobilize kind of underwhelming. The Absorption Shield might be good, but again, the Absorption Shield one doesn't have good attributes in it that I like. The life one is kind of like okay. 1% more life, but that's about it. I mean, you can get more like toughness here, I suppose. I guess if you're going like more like, if you're going super like, if you're going full on support whiz, if you're going full on support build, then this barrier set makes sense for sure for survivability. And this one's another one where you defeat an enemy. So yeah, I think for me, Vengeance is the way to go. Vengeance is the way to go with the because of the attributes and because this is as powerful as it is. So stacking this 6 times gives it a 12% chance, but this stays at 100%. But the thing to note here is that I'm also using Vithu for 30% more beneficiary effect duration, and I have 10% beneficiary effect duration on gear for a total of 40% beneficiary effect duration. So this buff actually lasts for 1.4 seconds. And at most, if I'm staying right next to an enemy in PvP, I can still get 4 hits, 4 magic missiles off during that 1.4 seconds for double damage. So this is just really good for DPS for me. Way, way better than anything else here.